Do you want to be wealthy? Are you tired of working in a 9 to 5? Are you a demon lord from another world who plans to take over the world by working at a fast food job? Do you want to see the world burn? Nope. Oh, I've been watching The Devil is a Part-Timer, and the story is about a demon king who gets defeated in his home world and he decides to teleport to another world. And what are the chances that it's Earth? This is a story of him and his plan to quote-unquote take over the world by working at a shitty fast food job and rising the ranks and increasing his wealth. I think a lot of us have similar stories, and what I mean by this is as kids, as we're young, we have dreams of becoming successful, becoming wealthy. You know, we want to be the multimillionaires with Lamborghinis and penthouses, and we want to be getting the baddest hoes. And as we get older, we get sold the idea of getting a job at a 9 to 5, saving and budgeting and doing these investments in crypto in the stock market in order to yield an 8% return on average, which is supposed to make us, you know, millionaires by the time we're 60. And as a kid, I was always very skeptical of this path of going to college, getting a degree, graduating, and getting a shitty job making $40K a year. The harsh reality is that 95% of the people that you come across will not be wealthy or successful. And this leads me on to the first problem with having a job, is the problem with trading time for money. You see, wealth isn't comprised of just money. Wealth is consistent of three things: health, relationships / love / family, friends, and freedom. So the idea is that in order to have freedom, we work a job to get money. But the reality is, if we're trading 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week of our life to a job that makes even, let's say, the upward scale of 100K a year, these other two factors are suffering because of it. We're not spending as much quality time with our friends, our family, our kids, our wife, and we can get very easily into the habit of going out to get fast food for lunch or just getting very instant gratification junk food because we have this lifestyle. And so in actuality, you think that you're trading your time in order for freedom, but it's actually the other way around. You have none of these three things. This is the problem with working a traditional 9 to 5 job. Most jobs are the wrong vehicle for wealth. There's two things that are true in becoming very successful with money, is that you need to have scale. So that means it may not be a big contribution, but you serve a need for many people. You could be selling toilet paper or chapstick, right? And yes, it's not very profitable because you're making maybe, 60, 70 cents per chapstick that you sell. But if you're selling it to millions and millions of people throughout the year, that is how you become wealthy, because that 60, 70 cents multiplies vastly. And the second way is magnitude. How much can you affect their lives? If you can bring enough value to where people will spend 1, 10, 15, 100,000 for your services, then you are providing intense value for one person. And let's say that you run a social media agency for the top online businesses in the world, and you charge 100K a month per client. Well, you only need 10 clients in order to make $1 million a month. And so the motto that you should be taking from this is impact millions, make millions. Now you might make the argument, well, what about the doctor who literally saves lives? Now that's a big scale of magnitude, but the doctor isn't making the money that he should be making because he doesn't have control over the vehicle. He's merely a passenger of the vehicle. I guarantee you the person who owns the hospital is making hundreds of millions to $1 billion a year because he has the ultimate control over that. Jobs certainly can play a part towards you building wealth and investing in yourself, in your business, in your body, in your health, and your fitness. Certainly, this is the very important part of the video. In The Millionaire Fast Lane, a book, he presents the idea that the investing in the stocks and budgeting and saving, if you're making 2-3K a month, is the biggest financial lie to keep people in the middle class of the 21st century. Honestly, I really resonated with that because we're all sold this idea: if you invest $500 a month for the next 60 years and yield an average 8% return, you're gonna make $3 or $4 million by the time you're 60 and invest in your Roth IRA. Bullshit. Those yields, those returns barely keeps up with inflation. And do you really want to be 60 years old and be like, oh, I made it, man, I'm fucking made it? Most people want to be rich in their 20s, their 30s, and 40s. I don't blame them. That is some of the best times that you can be rich. So how do you solve this problem of wealth, of money? In simple terms, you need to fulfill a need or want. Find something that can provide scale and magnitude. Before the internet, it was very hard for people to use magnitude and scale to improve their businesses. But now, with billions of people logging on to the internet each day, you really have no excuse. And this is why I believe online businesses or internet businesses is amazing for creating wealth, because you can solve this scale and magnitude problem very easily. Whereas if you were to run a bakery in your local town, you may be limited to 10,000, 15,000 people. And the only way that you are going to be able to become wealthy is if you do it in scale, where you put thousands of stores all across the country or the world. And that can take a lot of money, because here's the thing: the world and the people that buy from you, they don't give a fuck about your dreams. They don't care about your dreams. They don't care that you want a Lamborghini. We're all very self-serving people. And so if you have something to offer to a person that fulfills a need or a want, then you create value. The first step to getting wealthy is to understand the mindset. You see, being wealthy starts with your mental, starts with your mindset. What are your beliefs about money? I recommend you, everybody that is watching this right now, go read The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco. It is a life-changing book on finances and the only one you will ever need to read. I'm Nori. I motivate men to improve their lives. Clearly you're interested in that, so subscribe and believe in me who believes in you. Nori, signing out.